Hey everybody, it's social media producer Tom Barnes from the WGN Morning News, the Chicago scene on the road, sort of virtually. We all know it's the holiday season, and everybody loves sweets around the holiday season. And there's this gem up north, if you're in the Chicago area, just a little bit up north in Racine, called O&H Danish Bakery, and that brings in my friend here, Eric. How you doing, Eric?
Good, good, Tom. How are you?
I'm great. Eric, you are one of the co-owners of this bakery. You guys are huge about your heritage and what you guys have been doing for years. It's been since 1949. It's been in the family and started by your grandfather, and you kind of just kept the train rolling all these years, right?
That's right. My grandfather immigrated from Denmark as a young man, and he learned the trade of baking here in Racine, working at other bakeries for 25 years before he took a risk, found a partner, opened up O&H Bakery back then.
And that speaks volumes because, I mean, you have Milwaukee to the north, Chicago to the south, and Racine's not that big, but yet you guys have made a huge imprint in the baking world. I mean, people come from far and wide to your bakery, and now because of modern times, people can order things and it shows up to your doorstep, which is what this is. And I wanted to show this really quick because this is your Kringle. How do you say the word that you're the Danish word?
Hygge.
Hygge. I like that
Hygge.
name.
Love it.
So Hygge is the Danish word for what?
Well, it's a kind of a word that describes a feeling. So
Feeling.
it doesn't necessarily have a definition other than the feeling that you want to achieve when you have achieved Hygge is this comfortable, cozy, contentment feeling. I think all of us has been there at one time or another, but the Danes kind of have made it a word. And they talk about it. They said, we're going to go for some Hygge, or we're going to go Hyggeleis. And it's getting together. It's the best moments I can describe. I think that we're all familiar with. We just passed one of those. Now this year's a very peculiar year with COVID and the pandemic, but Thanksgiving time is a time you gather, and your time that you share good food, good drink, good conversation, and you just enjoy that moment, especially at the meal, and especially right after the meal when dessert comes. And then it's just settling and enjoying each other. And it's you think a 10 minutes have gone by when really it's been an hour and a half. It's that Hygge. You're just content and cozy.
So you guys made it really easy for people. This package that you have right there in front of you,
Thank you,
shows up to your door, and this is one of your signature items that you have, and it comes in this lovely, like you have it right there, and I have it here. I just want to show people a closer view. I'll take it out of the box in a second here, but it comes with everything that you guys offer up. But the most important thing is this beautiful pastry, right? In this very nice.
We ship a lot of Kringle all over the country. We guarantee 2 days delivery, so it's really quite fresh. Kringle by nature, it's got a lot of layers of butter made with milk. It's very dairy oriented, very Wisconsin like.
And that's what you want around the holidays.
Absolutely,
dairy,
right.
Wisconsin like. This is one of the pieces. I had two of them here, but this is one of them. Go ahead.
Made well, they're light, tender, flaky, and they're wonderful sharing pastry.
And you're going to show me how that you guys go about making it, right?
Absolutely.
Right,
I'll do that. I have to get a couple pieces of dough here, and we'll start by talking about that. It takes us 3 days to make a Kringle. So milk, eggs, of course, the other good stuff like sugar, and a little bit of just a little hint of a citrus flavoring, natural citrus flavoring. At O&H, we are not only making this dough from scratch, we're making the fillings from scratch, the icings from scratch, everything. And it's been a tradition in our bakery. So we know what every single component, how it's made and what it's made from. And we work very hard at sourcing from locally, for instance. So look how thin this dough is. Very thin. It's less than a 1/4 inch, and it has 18 layers of butter. So
18 layers of butter in something that's thin.
Yeah, so it's just, you can just see how flexible it is. And
it's like a giant noodle.
Yeah, almost. So, so we start with our cream cheese filling. We put a layer of cream cheese filling, and on top of that, that's this here. Let me just show you. We got cream cheese filling. Again, we make our cream cheese. It comes from just north of Milwaukee. Let me make a ginger snap filling, because in Denmark, people, they love ginger snaps. We talk about that hygge, having the smell and the flavors, and a cup of coffee. You know, even at O&H, we have a coffee bean that we've named Hygge, and we have coffee and just a piece of a cookie, or in this case, the Nordic Noel Kringle, and you cozy up in your favorite chair, and you can Hygge all alone. Just
yeah, why not? Some people might like it better that way.
That's
actually.
Right. It doesn't have to be shared.
Right.
And on top of the Kringle, when we're finished, we're going to take this icing, a nice fluffy vanilla icing, and put it on top with some crushed up ginger snap cookies that we make.
Got it.
So that's what we'll be doing here. So I'm going to start with that layer of cream cheese. Let's put it right down the middle.
Why do you do it right down the middle? Just to
make
it easy?
It's because this we want the filling inside, and the pastry is going to envelope that filling. So we'll put it down the middle, so we end up with a relatively thin piece of filled dough, and that way then we can form it into this oval. Now, you may find some people that have known Kringle for a long time, because Kringle's been made in Racine since the early 1900s. And when it was first made here, it didn't have a ginger snap filling or a cream cheese. It had just pretty much a creamed almond filling. And and then it wasn't even an oval shape at that time, because the Danes were making this in a pretzel shape. And it was very traditional, came of course from the homeland. All right, so I have the fillings in here. Then I'm gonna fold up the dough over the top. You can feel it that this dough is just getting softer and softer because of those 18 layers of butter. And I take the bottom piece of dough and fold that up over the top.
And it's very important to have the flour underneath, just so it doesn't stick, right?
Exactly, right. So and you can see I just kind of grabbed it, I move it out of the way a little bit, and I can work, and you can see this better. If I make this into a oval, now I can open up the end, and I insert the other end.
Tuck it in right there, huh?
There it is. Yeah, just nice tuck it in, kind of like a blanket, kind of like hygge.
Hygge. And I love that word. That's my new favorite word.
So now we have the oval shape. You can see it's very nice, very even. Every single slice is the same as the other with the amount of filling, and whereas this, we've got all different parts. They're all different. So this is a better sharing pastry. Very Racine to have this oval shape. Started in Racine, and by doing that, more people, Danes and non-Danes, they became very much attached to the Kringle, and it made it much easier to start making different flavors.
And that seems to be like a true testament to you guys. I mean, you've been in business since 1949. You are third generation. You own it with your family. It's going to be passed down, and people are still flocking, even more so now than even before, to your bakery, either online or in person.
Thank you. Yes, our bakery, even that started in 1949. We've been making Kringle from the beginning, but it's become more popular year after year after year. In many ways, because of the mail order, because of people moving around the country in their jobs, and just because they're snowbirds or whatever. Because our bakery isn't just a Kringle bakery. We're all a full line bakery. You're going to see donuts and sweet rolls and cookies and breads and all made from scratch, and 15 different flavors of Kringle available every day. So this Kringle is going to bake at about 400 degrees for about 20 minutes. And then when we get that out, it comes out again. It kind of bakes like a pie. It'll puff up, and then it'll start to settle after it comes out of the oven, because we have this all of this layering with the 18 layers of butter below it and the 18 layers of butter on top of it, and then we achieve this light, tender, flaky pastry. And now it's time to put the icing on top.
Yeah,
so
go for it.
Got this nice and creamy vanilla icing, and then we just take
You just do it by hand, huh?
Well, we can do it by hand, and certainly as a baker, I love working with my hands.
Sure.
I think there's a lot that can be achieved. Now, in our bakery, I want to note to your viewers that what I'm doing here, I don't have the hairnets on. I don't have the a beard net on. I don't have my
for the sake of the segment.
For the sake of this segment, and,
right,
and we're wearing face masks everywhere. So it's
that's all, and that's all happening behind you, right?
That's all happening behind us.
Right.
Yes. So now we sprinkle on these crushed ginger snap cookies.
Tell me where people can find you guys on social media and website.
Okay. Well, our bakery is OHDanishBakery.com. So it's OHDANISHBAKERY. Social media, Facebook, O&H Danish Bakery. Just look for us. I think if you look O&H, you look O&H Bakery, you're going to find us.
You're going to find it. And people can order now. How long do they have until like the cutoff for Christmas? Like, what would you say?
We're able to take orders right up to the day before Christmas, or I should say the 23rd. But we always recommend get your orders in early. Even nowadays, it's not so much that we can't get the order done, but then we worry about, can the carrier actually get it delivered on time? So you want to stay early on that.
Especially in these pandemic times.
That's my favorite part. I'm gonna cut the kringle. So
and when people get this at home, do they need to warm it up, or do they just eat it cold, straight out of from the package?
All of the above.
Okay,
all of the above. So you got that layering of the cream cheese and the gingerbread filling and the 18 layers of butter above and below the filling, and then the nice creamy icing and ginger snap cookies on top. If you haven't had kringle, it's a defining moment in your life when you have that first bite of our kringle.
Because then you achieve Hygge, right?
That's right.
Hygge.
That's very much a contentment, for sure.
Eric, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me, to showing me one of your family recipes here, and letting me just borrow a little bit of your time today.
It's very much a pleasure. To everyone, have a wonderful Hygge-filled Christmas season.
We will, and we'll see you next year, and in between, hopefully, for wedding cakes or just bakery goods in general, we come up to you guys up in Racine.
Wonderful. Thank you. You're always welcome.